Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Titans Season 4, Episode 10, Game Over. I am hoping in this episode Gara is going to end up back with the rest of his real family, but regardless, I am excited for another episode of Titans. I'm treasuring each one as they come. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions to Titans on my Patreon, and let's go.
Well, you look like shit.
I mean, it's nice for him to see the people he does care about here.
You don't know anything about me.
Well, I know you haven't blown that horn and brought Trigon into the world. Join me at LexCorp.
This is sort of played to get him on side.
I can make it a reality.
Like, buy him off, basically.
Consider my offer.
What is Connor's real endgame here?
Call the number on that card if you...
We don't need to summon Trigon. I have power. Mother, I have power.
You're nothing.
Yep, this is not the
Without
family you
Trigon's
wanted.
power, you will always be
Rachel
nothing.
would have been.
Are you gonna cry, Sebastian? Are you crying, Sebastian?
Kill her and then run away.
Hit.
I mean, I suggested he did this. She deserves it. You still think he's nothing? He just burnt you to a crisp. He is going to get more and more unstable. Respectfully would like to request, I can't even speak, but I would respectfully like to request Dick, Corey and Rachel, please. I miss them. I would like God to join them again. Tim, of course, as well.
Ending starvation.
These do seem like good aims, but why do you have to be a Lex Luthor lookalike mini-me?
So Connor's playing Lex.
Thank you. This is exactly what I just asked for.
We're protecting you. He cut you with a knife and he bled the same way. Whatever happens to him could happen to you.
Of course.
Yeah, in that town. We're not in that town anymore.
We're your family. We're deciding not to take the risk.
What we should have done then is when assuming that was a live broadcast, if it was a live broadcast, one of them should have just walked up to Rachel and been like, hey, real sorry about this, and just stuck with a pin. And then if Sebastian went, oof, what was that? You know, we'd be like, they're still connected. And if Sebastian just sat there like, I have never been struck by a pin in my life, we'd know they were fine.
So all of this happened because of me.
None of it happened because of
if I have
you.
to die to stop it, then better me than Corey.
No one has to die.
No one.
Agreed.
Neither of you are
There's a way
dying.
to sever the connection.
The door!
No!
Oh my god.
Do I know you?
Corey?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You okay?
Halfway there.
Have you guys been okay?
Quarter of the way there.
Where are we?
Well, we don't know. I'm glad Chloe's here.
But we're not. But we are? We're trapped here.
At least none of them have tried the door she came through. Obviously it's not going to work, but like that door would let her in. You haven't even double checked it's not going to let you out.
I can't. Hey.
What is I
what
mean,
happens when we stop making it.
Connor isn't evil. He's currently playing more into his dark side than his light side, but I don't think Connor is evil. But I do think Connor is not just going to trust that giving Sebastian everything he's ever wanted is going to stop him. Like, I'm worried that Connor has some other plan here. And I'm worried that Sebastian's going to be like, I'm going to
Try
work
again.
Got a second?
I'm not that little kid at the police station anymore. You don't need to give me a jacket and tell me everything's gonna be okay.
Didn't bring a jacket.
Your family talk to each other.
But I did bring...
This is black magic.
Ooh.
I spoke to my friend in London. He thinks this ritual...
Constantine?
The other Titans can't know. It's just a side of me that I don't really want them to see.
They won't know. Promise.
Their bond was the start of the show. Oh god, what's he doing?
Just say the word.
What has he done?
Yes. Excellent. To the future. To the future.
This is just not going to end well for
There's
anyone.
much.
Gar, sweetheart, we do need to figure out why we're here.
The Red wanted me to accept it. Find balance.
That's a
Hasn't
very
been
hard
easy, but I'm
task.
making peace with it.
I'm so proud of
Boy.
you. I'm so happy to hear that. I don't have time to find balance right now.
Yes, you do. You have no
I didn't
choices.
kill Sebastian.
Find balance quick, Corey. Find the balance as quick as you can.
You don't need to worry. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
Ma qualcosa deve succedere.
Dude, just Dick and Rachel care about each other so much.
There's no blade.
Your faith will make the blade.
This is just gonna go so
But
wonderful.
Your love for this child.
Oh, well, that weapon is gonna be.
Will travel fast.
That weapon is gonna be unbeatable then.
Take her
Little
life force until
Gar's been playing it in the red already. Oh dear. He put his Trigon addiction, he used magic to make it addictive, didn't he? Connor, he's using you as well.
you have known death, but you are not dead. Death remembers you.
Death can fuck off.
Morte non dimentica mai.
Well, he's not going to hell.
Rachel. Corey goes
Sweetie, your boyfriend is addicted to a game that has magic in it.
Good night.
Oh my god, it's even worse. Game over. Does it kill you if you fail?
Sebastian.
Oh,
Afraid.
he's getting more powerful from it. Connor, you are not in control of this.
And through it, they become a part of me.
Connor, you
Something
fucked
in
up.
They're martyrs. For our cause.
No. Oh my god, I've forgotten his name. Brendan or whatever. He's gonna be fine.
They will live forever in me. Isn't that beautiful?
Tim's boyfriend, whose name is temporarily escaping me, will be fine.
Take a seat.
Oh, Connor, you have massively
This is
overestimated
something we
your
should
power
share.
here. Yes, Connor. Connor isn't evil. He's just too Lex at the minute. He needs to find the balance that's really him. The child is rising.
No.
Into the light, I command thee.
Okay, okay, he
Into
gets
the
it.
light, I command thee.
Oh, oh, Rachel. I'm not been watching Stranger Things season 3. Well, you know, great. Let's get that magic sword of love. He does love her though. He loves her beyond anything.
I think if me finding some balance gets us out of here, we're about to leave.
Oh, she's
What'd you find?
thinking.
All the times that I've had so much fun with you. And Dick, and Rachel, and Crypto, and Connor. And maybe that's what I need to hold on to.
That is, yes. This is my favorite thing ever. I mean, I'm very glad we're chasing this creepy thing through the random creepy building with invisible dagger of love that will not show itself. Or like backdoor video in a video game.
Aim at me. I'll be your guidance system.
Oh my god.
What if I hit? Just don't.
Yes, exactly.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
Home? Are they really home? Oh,
Hey, look who I brought with me.
things aren't good. He'd be so much happier normally. He is happy
Where were
right
you?
now.
I know what Sebastian and Connor are doing.
It's not and Connor,
game has
not
passed.
willingly.
I was always left out as a child. And I am not gonna let that happen to anyone else.
Sebastian, you are gone. You are lost.
Forget it.
No, what were you gonna say?
You know,
Just
somehow
say
there
the
was some
words.
sort of back door through LexCorp security.
Give it a try.
Trust her.
Mm-hmm. That's what the red was telling him. He authorized the backdoor entry. Connor isn't evil, he's just weirdly Lex, and I want him to balance himself. Dick! Well, now that it's directly harming Rachel, he's gonna be like... There we go!
Get away from my friend.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dick, stab it again! Good move. Was that him feeling what happened with Rachel, or him feeling what happened here, or both?
I can't feel her anymore.
She purged you because you're toxic.
I can't feel.
Rachel was there for you every fucking step of the way. Rachel would have taken you back in that stupid town. Rachel did not give up on you until you gave her no other choice.
Gar?
Yay!
Buddy. You good?
Good.
Corey is here to fight for
Good to
what
have
she
you back.
loves.
It's good to be.
I think the new CEO of LexCorp is on our side.
He is. I love that Dick has never fully lost faith in Connor. We all were a bit like, what the fuck is he doing? Sebastian, this is why you doubly kill them. You chop the head off, you stab him a few times. You burn the body so it literally... It's just a Chris.
Without Trigon's power, you'll always be nothing.
He's getting pushed closer. This episode, things are moving in the right direction. To begin with, my absolute favourite parts of this, as anyone who's watched any of my reactions will know, were Corey realising that she's not fighting because she hates Sebastian, she's not fighting because she hates the bad guy, she's fighting because she loves the people she fights alongside, she loves her family and she cares about the world and she wants to do the right thing. That is the best motivation ever to fight. It makes you fight harder than ever. So I absolutely love that moment where she was able to say to Gar, like, I love you guys and that is why I want to go and I want to fight. Other best moment is the fact that the way Dick was able to help Rachel was it was his love for her that was going to fuel that blade. It wasn't just going to be a magical blade that worked. It was his love for her. I mean, obviously I guess that love kind of a protective feeling swelled up when he saw her being directly hurt, but I feel like when he knew the thing was sucking her life out, he would have been feeling that pretty strongly anyway, but it made for a much more dramatic TV moment for it to be while she was being like choked, that he was like, ah. So I loved those two moments there. I love any time that they acknowledge how much these characters care about each other. Dick and Rachel's relationship, their friendship, was the foundation of this show. It was the building blocks that the rest of this Titans wonderful show was built on, and it's always been one of my favorite parts, and I love that this season has not forgotten that. Some previous seasons, I mean, I wouldn't say season 3 forgot that necessarily, like she brought him back to life, she was the one, you know, her like sobbing over his body, I will never forget, but she was hardly in the season, so of course it wasn't a huge part of it. So I love that in this season we're really not forgetting that. There have been numerous references as to how they met. This season is really doing a brilliant job of honouring where Titans has been along the way. I think it's quite clear that even if they didn't know it was the final season, they were aware it very well could be the final season. The fact that we're even dealing with Trigon again after season 1, like, it's just such a brilliant way to round everything off. And I also love that Gar is getting as much time and attention as he is, because Gar has been fantastic since the first season, but he has always been, of the original 4 characters, the one that kind of got the least screen time or got the least development. Like, yeah, he's been fantastic, he has shone whenever he's had the chance, but he didn't really have the same kind of attention that the rest of them did. So I love that we're exploring him, what makes him him, the red, the fact that he is emotionally mature enough to be like, yeah, that guy killed my parents and I'm not going to fixate it, I'm not going to fall into a hole about it. I'd like to think that once they've dealt with Sebastian and Trigon and all of that mess, that he will go and try and seek some kind of justice against the man that killed, although is the guy already dead? I don't know. But I really love that he was able to come to such a mature place with it and help Corey reach a mature place as well. The red is great, it's helping us out. It trapped him with random, I don't entirely know why it trapped him with random members of the Doom Patrol, other than then trying to get us to go and watch the Doom Patrol now. But it was fun to see them, to see Gar happy, and you know, he cares about them, so it was nice for him to get a little visit. Now, I did not know what Connor was planning. I didn't ever really think Connor was just going to be team Sebastian, let's do whatever Sebastian wants and bring Trigon here. He clearly had some other motivation. I still don't particularly enjoy Connor when he's being Lex Luthor mini-me, but I think we're seeing slight shades of Connor coming through that. I do think that maybe too much pressure was put on him to be Superboy and to be mini-me of Superman, because he's his own person. And yes, Superman is definitely somebody I would rather you looked up to and try to model yourself on compared to Lex Luthor. But at the end of the day, Connor should be able to be himself, someone in between the two. So I really do hope we're going to get, by the end of the season, there aren't that many episodes left, that we're going to get to see Connor just being Connor and figuring out what that means. I love that as much as they were all concerned, you know, they were spending a lot of this episode referring to Connor and Sebastian are doing this, Connor and Sebastian are doing that. But that the moment they saw someone inside Lex Corp let them in, Dick was like, I think it was Connor. Because they didn't ever truly lose complete faith in Connor. They're not quite sure what to make of him right now. But I absolutely love that they are now like, yeah, Connor's on our side. Because it would have been, it could be Connor or it could be some IT tech. But no, they're like, it's Connor. I really love that faith that they do have, because he is part of the family. He's lost his way right now, and he's lost his way at a time when we really don't have time to spend getting him back or getting him to figure out who he wants to be. And doesn't he miss Crypto? But I'm glad Connor let them in. I'm hoping that Connor is able to look at this and realize he royally fucked up. Without them hacking from Star Labs, Sebastian would have succeeded. Connor was just standing there holding his apple. It was only the external hack that he was able to let in. I'm sure Connor would have eventually thought of something, but you know, he does need the Titans, and I hope he's able to see that now, that working together is the best way. Pooling all of our resources and knowledge and skills is the best way through this. Of course, I don't entirely know what Mercy found, what the Mr. Luthor, he obviously knows what that means. I'm hoping he's going to share it with the Titans now, because he's realised he's fucked up otherwise, but he also might not be able to because he's playing the keep Sebastian close game. Sebastian is terrifying. I mean, Joseph Morgan is doing a fantastic job, as I knew he would. I mean, he's been fantastic. I've seen him in, obviously, the Vampire Diaries in the originals, and then he was in Brave New World. I haven't actually seen him in that many things, but he always is phenomenal in what he does. I still don't quite understand why they cast him to play someone who is supposed to be like 20 years old or whatever. Like that still baffles me. They've done a decent job of making him look younger. I'm like, couldn't you have just written it so the character was 40? Like, did he have to be close in age to Rachel? What? But regardless of that, he's doing a phenomenal job of acting him, as I knew he would. And it's really interesting because the character we first met was very sympathetic. He was someone you rooted for. You didn't want Corey to kill him, and I'm glad she didn't kill him when she did. Yes, you know, you can have the kind of cynical thing of, well, if she'd killed him, none of this would be happening. But Corey still would have killed an innocent person at that point. And there are definitely arguments to be had that that's the right thing to do, and I'm not going to sit here and debate it because we'd get into a whole discussion and who knows where we'd end up. But who he is now, he is losing himself to the bad voices in his head, to the voices in his head that say, you need to be greater, you're not enough, but he's becoming a villain, and we're watching it happen, and it's been very interesting to do, because at this point he is making choices. Nobody told him to make the game a spell to suck out people's souls and kill them. He chose to do that. Connor was just giving him Connor was still trying to kill him, but he didn't know that. But Connor was just like, hey, want to make your game? Here you go. His game could have been his game, and I mean, I'm imagining it was the spell that made it addictive, but you know, he probably would have done okay, especially with the marketing power of Luthor Core behind it, but instead he decided to kill everyone. So Sebastian, as far as I'm concerned, is lost. And I think we're watching him lose himself more and more and more, and it's quite frightening to see. Because even as much as at the beginning of the episode when he's like killing his mother, I mean, the way he killed this woman and then was like, I'm not even going to think about it, was kind of funny. But there was a chance that you could think maybe he really is just going to try and do a fresh start with Connor, and then he brings the horn with him. It's kind of suspicious, but then obviously the whole spell thing. He is lost as far as I'm concerned now. And the fact that it did seem to visibly pain him when Rachel severed their connection. He still cared about her. I mean, if he wanted to kill her, he would have done it, but like, he did care about her. She was genuinely the first person out that in this. I mean, I think his adoptive mother, like, they had a decent relationship, didn't they? I don't know, but like, or maybe they didn't. No, they didn't, because she like immediately was like, I must show this new child love. Yeah, no, forget that. But Rachel accepted him and loved him and wanted to be family with him and understand him and help him. And yes, he initially went with the bad guys to save everybody, but since then he has made so many choices when he could have said, Rachel, help. Rachel, I don't want to do this. Rachel, I'll be your family. Rachel, yes. And instead he was like, I want power. I want to be important. You know, it's very frustrating to see, but I think him having had Rachel sever that connection is definitely going to mean he's impossible to reach from that angle. But at the same time, Rachel deserves to be severed from the toxicity that is this connection. Going forward in this show, and I'm sorry if I've missed any big talking points, I think I've talked about everything. I'm immensely proud of Gar and Corey and Rachel and Dick. Tim. Oh, Tim. It's impossibly hard to see someone you love lying there in a coma, not being able to help them, but we have to believe Bernard's going to get better. Time will tell, but we have to believe, and Tim did everything he could for him, from getting him help as quickly as possible to stopping the thing that was hurting him in the first place. You go, Tim. My hope for the last, I'm guessing, like 3 episodes of this show, which is devastating to say, is a lot of the Titans as a unit fighting together, particularly the OG Titans, but I do also want Tim to be included. I did notice that when Corey was listing the family she loves, she didn't mention Tim, and admittedly Tim has only been with them for like a month or two, so it's not the craziest thing in the world that she didn't mention him, but you know, Tim can be included in that. I'd like Connor to find his way back to them, and ideally find his way back to who he really is, and that doesn't have to be quite as like clean cut as Superman and wearing the Superboy top all the time. He can find a version that is him rather than either of his dad. That's fine with me, but I hope he finds his way back to his family. I hope we continue to get more scenes with Dick and Rachel, with Dick and Gar, with the whole original Titans family and the expanded Titans family. And most importantly, you know me, I hope we see Corey talking about some more of this love she's been feeling with a certain person. But no, regardless, I'm loving this season. It makes me so mad that it's cancelled. But what can you do? The world sucks. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.